Good mid-afternoon, early evening, YouTube. Shelton Ponder II, coming to you from Kansas on my way home. Work to home vibes. Nothing like it. There's absolutely nothing like it. Hopefully you all had a good day. Hopefully you all's day wasn't too bad. Hopefully it was decent. You know, we're almost towards the end of the week. It's amazing. It's a fun thing. Always fun. Don't know if you all can see this, but it's starting to light rain out here. It didn't have rain in the forecast, but that's Midwest for you. You don't know what to expect. You don't know if it's going to be nice outside or if it's going to be rainy like it is. So we're just going to roll with it. As always, before we get this campaign kicked off, I'd like to say follow me on Instagram at TonyGumble21. Also, like, share, subscribe, and comment to me on YouTube, Sheldon Ponder. I want to give you all a little background of myself because I don't do it often. I've been taught not to give everybody out my personal business. And I'm not going to do that today, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of what I like, what I dislike, my a little bit about me. That's what this video is going to be called, a little bit about me. Now, I was born May 12th, 1990. My parents had a have been wanting to have a child for some time. Um, they had me. It was the most fun thing ever. I'm named after my father. Um, so we lived in Missouri until 1993 when my parents decided, hey, you know what, we're going to move to Illinois. We moved to Illinois in 1993, and we had a place, and we lived there for about 15 years. For me, it was 15 years. Now, my dad came back to Missouri, and had a great life there, and I love that. I love that. I was born here. My heart. This heart that beats inside my chest will always live for Kansas City. Will always live for Missouri. And you know, when you're the son of a poet and a jeweler, you start seeing. You know, my dad is a poet. He's a playwright. He's an author, and I learned my craft from him. When I talk to friends on the phone, they all right. They always say, "Well," they always use the term "so," and of course, when you're a son of a poet, you're not supposed to use the word "so." I use the word "so" a lot, and I always have to catch myself. Not so, but da 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 da. It's fun, but it's nerve wracking as well because he critiques everything that I say. If I say me, he says I. If I say I, he says me. And he should have become a literature teacher. That's what he should have become. He should have become a literature teacher. He would be so good at he. Sorry, felt some air, but he would be a great English teacher. I'll tell you what, whoever, if he became a language, English teacher, oh boy, he would have a field day with that. But a little bit more about me. I went to a magnet school, then I went to a public school. Ended up graduating public school, went to high school. Now, there the cool thing about high school was that they had four schools in two buildings. You never heard of that before. There was entrepreneurship, leadership, technology, and arts. Now, I had more friends in entrepreneurship and leadership than I did in technology and arts. In fact, a mentor of mine, one of my many mentors, whose name is Scott Stewart, or Mr. Stewart as we called him, or Big Stu, or Stu, whatever you know him by. Hopefully, if you're on here, Mr. Stewart, I hope that you don't mind acknowledging you, because you taught me a lot about how to run my own business, how to be an entrepreneur. Now now you want to talk about a good teacher. He was a very good teacher, and I really don't know why he left. I'm kind of saddened by it. I'm kind of angered by it too. But he taught me and my classmates how to run successful businesses and how to not depend on people to help you. Now, was I his favorite student? Now, was I a good student? Not always. Not always. But he pushed you, and he still pushes the people in his class. And the reason why is because he wants you to be your own boss. He doesn't want you to work for other people. He wants you to be your own boss, get your money, get your own money, get your own money. Yeah, you might have a 9 to 5 job, but that's the job that you created. Now, several of my classmates who I'm still friends with went to start their own businesses. One ended up starting his own landscaping company. The other ended up starting their own electronic company. You know, some of them were in fashion. And what they did was they took the fashion statement and turned the fashion statement upside down on its head in a good way. In a good way. Now, me on the other hand, I got this idea, and this is I'm still wanting to do this, but I have some other things that I'm working toward. Have you ever seen the movie Are We There Yet? Where Ice Cube is this retired sports star who had his own. Sorry, some guy in the lane over to me saw me and wondering what the heck was I doing. But anyway, he 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 had his own sports memorabilia company or store. That's where the idea came from. Now I'm still wanting to do that, but as I said, I'm working on some other things right now, so that's been put on the back burner. But to have a teacher like that who makes sure that you are on your game, to make sure that you're on your game, really, that shows real uh, that shows real heart. Anyway, I ended up graduating high school, and as I said, came back to Missouri where my life started, and ended up going to college. Now, as I mentioned in video previous back, not everybody is built for college. Well, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is that not everyone is ready for what college life brings. Now, I went to a community college. The community college was cool, but the curriculum was a lot different than in high school. And I have to admit, if I paid attention in college, I really did, but it was to the point where I couldn't keep up, and I don't know why I couldn't keep up. I think because I hadn't been taught the skill of how to do the curriculum the right way. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But I ended up going to a college down south in Georgia, and that was fun. I met a lot of cool people there. I'm still friends with most of them. Uh, but it was it was to the point where I didn't have a source of, I didn't have a vehicle, and I didn't have a way of transportation, and I had to catch rides with people, which wasn't bad, but I couldn't go to the city surrounding where I was going to college, and I wasn't able to do half the stuff that my friends did, because once again I didn't have a vehicle. And in that part of Georgia, you need to have a vehicle to get around, or else, because as I said, there was no public transportation. Moving on, I came back. I got the job that I had previously. Had that job until 2016, and then 2016 happened to turn around for the good. I found better place of employment, which really wasn't what I was expecting. But it was a learning experience. It was a true learning experience. I learned a lot. I learned about uh, what a car salesman does, and that's what I did. Car salesman does this, and car salesman does that, and it's your role to make sure that your customer is well taken care of. And as I probably mentioned in the previous video, these two ladies came in, and I said, you know, um, they said, well, we're wanting to buy this car. And I said, cool. I was cool with it. And I said, well, where do you work at? They said, we work at this call center. I said, really? I've been trying to get in for some time. And they said, really? I said, yes. You never know who is watching you. They said, absolutely. Come on in. We'll get you an interview. That was a Wednesday. I went in on Thursday, got the job that same day. And that's where I am today. And I am happy to be where I am. It took it took months of crying and hoping and wishing that I got this job. And now that I have this job, I utilize it to the best of my ability. I utilize it to the best of my ability. Now, some of the likes that I have, some of the hobbies. I love NASCAR. I think that NASCAR is a great sport. Even though a lot of people say that it's not a sport, it is. I like golf. I love golf. As I mentioned, I play golf. I love tennis. I play tennis. I love softball. I was on the softball team. I love baseball, football, basketball, all that. I just love it. I love the whole I'm starting to get into the mixed martial arts. I have my guys that I like Conor McGregor. That guy is the funniest guy on the face of this planet. I don't know if you've ever seen the video where he took Jose Aldo's championship belt from him, and he said, "What you gonna do?" about 5 different times, and the way he laughs is so funny. Like he doesn't get he's kind of like the and I know I'm gonna probably get some heat for this, but he's probably the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA. Yes, I said it. He is probably the Floyd Mayweather of the MMA. Like he's he's untouchable. Like nobody can touch him. Nobody can touch him. I also like aviation. I love aviation. Every time I see a plane take off or land, if you were to meet me, then you would know that the hair on my skin stands up whenever I see a plane take off or land. In fact, I wanted to be a pilot, and I still do. I still do. In fact, my uncle and I, when I was living back in Illinois, and I tell people this all the time, we flew, we went to this small airport right outside of Chicago, and we flew with the last remaining members of the Tuskegee Airmen. Yes, we flew with the remaining members of the Tuskegee Airmen. They took me and a bunch of the young kids up in Cessnas and prop jets, and they took us up. And the way it went was that you flew for about 5 minutes. They take you up first, and before you took off, you would talk to air traffic control, who told you, well, so and so taxi to this runway and hold, and that's what they would do. And it was a peaceful experience because once you get up there, it's just you in the clouds. It's just you in the clouds. Like there are planes up in the air, but they're not too close to you. So not so. See, there you go. There I go. There I go using the word so. Believe me, if my dad was here, he would say, "Don't say so." Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, they take you up. You fly for about 15 minutes. 5 of those minutes, you're just controlling the airplane. It's like controlling a car. Made me really appreciate pilots, pilots who fly all over the world. Made me really appreciate what they do because it was just two of us, but a plane has between 150 to almost 500 people on it. Your job is to make sure that those 150 to 500 people get to their destination safely. I also love trucks. I love trucks. I think trucks are just the 18 wheelers and stuff like that. Trucks are like the epitome of America. What else do I like? I love sports. I love the NFL. I love now the NCAA. I like the NCAA, but I only like it when it comes down to the Final Four and the tournaments and stuff like that. I like the NCAA football, of course, when it gets down to the national championships and all that. NFL, I'll watch it from sunup to sundown. In fact, my dad, he has NFL Red Zone, which you can watch every single game. I'm not going to say every single game in its entirety, but no commercials from 12 o'clock to about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock on a good day. Uh, my favorite NFL team, you guessed it. I have several. is the Kansas City Chiefs, number one. Always will be number one. I bleed red and gold all day. I like Seattle. I love Seattle. I like the Jets, the Giants, the Eagles. I like all those teams. Now, the teams that I don't like, any team that the Chiefs play, I don't like. I don't like the Rams. I can't stand the Raiders, the LA Chargers, New England Patriots. Oh my goodness, I cannot stand the Patriots. Yet my team has beat them twice in the past 4 years. I'm a huge NBA fan. I love the NBA, even though the NBA is starting to get a little sissified nowadays. Um, I love Major League Baseball. Royals all day. I bleed blue. The Cubs. I love the Cubs. Not a White Sox fan, so don't ask. Not a White Sox fan. Don't ask. Never liked the White Sox. Well, I take that back. I did like the White Sox until they ran in 2005, and then that technicality that AJ Persinski had and all that. But what else? I love computers. I love hanging out with my family, hanging out with my friends. I just love life altogether. I love life altogether. My favorite musician. I love Pusha T. I've been listening to his album a lot. Hard Piano is a great one. I love that song. Wale, Jay Z, Rick Ross, French Montana, Eminem, Snoop Dogg, The Game, Lil Wayne, Kanye. The list just goes on and on and on. And I love hip hop. I like rap. I like smooth jazz. I just love. In fact, when I'm riding or when my dad is in the car, I'll listen to smooth jazz. I grew up listening to smooth jazz. In fact, my grandfather on my mother's side, I had two grandfathers. One was a biological grandfather, the other was a step grandfather. My grandfather, he passed 18 years ago this past June. My grandfather, Otis, had his own band, and he met Charlie Parker. Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie. I miss all of my relatives that I passed, and favorite YouTubers. I like Trucker Brown. I like Loshawn Parks, Chris Smooth, Party Hard the Trucker, QJB, Jeff Favignano, the Wright brother. All these people I like. All these people I like. I subscribe to them, and they get. You know what? This is a special acknowledgement to Trucker Brown and Loshawn Parks and the rest of the people that I mentioned. Trucker Brown, Loshawn Parks, Party Hard, City 62. All of these individuals that I'm mentioning have inspired me to do a video every single day. Excuse me. Now, I know that I'm not going to get as many subscribers or followers that they do, but hey, I'm working on it. Like I said, I don't give up. I don't give up. I don't. Trucker Brown and Loshawn Parks inspire me to get up each morning and do a video when I'm going to work, when I'm coming from work. And these guys deserve special recognition because these individuals that I mentioned, they didn't have to put up a video every single day, but they do because they see how enjoyable me and the rest of their subscribers like their content. Their content is spot on. Each and every one of them's content is spot on. Each and every one of them's content is spot on. And I'm just getting better by the day. I'm learning stuff that I didn't know the day before that I know that day that I do a video, and I'm able to get better and better to the point where I am going to be on the same level as each and every one of them that I mentioned. Party Hard, Trucker Brown, Loshawn Parks, The Wright Brother, Chris Smooth, QJB, uh, uh, Mr. Boss for the Win, Dame Drops, uh, and the list goes on and on and on. The list goes on and on and on. Well, YouTube, that's all I'm going to give you about a little bit about me. I've said as much as I can, as much as I want to. Anything else that you want to know about me, just comment down below. Like, share, subscribe this video out. Subscribe to me here on YouTube, Shelton Ponder. Also, also follow me on Instagram at TonyGumbo21. Quote of the day. My quote of the day is, you will never know anything about someone unless you ask. You will never know anything about a person unless you ask. You will never know. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun.